Hey everybody, thank you so much for lining up that QR code and checking out the vlog. I'm going to give you a hopefully brief year in review for 2023, which is quickly coming to a close, and get you excited, I hope, for the promise of 2024. Let me start with gratitude. None of this happens without you, so thank you for all of your support. Many of you have been supporting us for years and years and years, and it just doesn't come together without all of us supporting Makom. In terms of 2023, man, it's been a busy year, but a year of terrific accomplishment. I'll run you through a couple of the highlights. There's lots going on around here, and so if you're curious at all, if you want to dive in a little bit more deeply into the work that we're doing, don't hesitate, pick up the phone, find me directly. I will be very, very happy and honored, in fact, to host a walk through our work anytime you want. So buckle in, let's check out 2023. There's lots of highlights. The first one we'll talk about, not that it's the most important, but it's pretty darn important, is we have created at Makom Clinical Services. For the first time in the history of the organization, we've got a full battery of clinical services that are available to people with intellectual and developmental disabilities, both those folks that we support already and folks outside the organization who need and want these services. This includes occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy, behavioral and mental health supports, and diet and nutrition, all under the very capable leadership of Dr. Amin Tauheed. I hope you'll get a chance to meet her and get to know her. Anytime you want, come on in, we'll get you connected with those services. That will continue to build into 2024, so know that that's a priority that we launched in 2023 that will continue to build out in 2024. Lots of promise there. We're excited about that work. That will lead us, or continue to lead us, into our work in developing a healthcare delivery system. I talked about this last year. Here's what we know. People with intellectual and developmental disabilities, adults particularly, struggle to find culturally relevant and accessible healthcare, meaningful healthcare that delivers great health outcomes. We learned a lot during COVID, most of it not very nice, about the health status of people with IDD. And so Makom, rather than sitting back and wondering when we're going to overcome this challenge, has decided to go ahead and lean into it. So we are convening a healthcare delivery system that will be an extension of our clinical services. We're working with local partners. We are, in fact, solidifying these partnerships with medical schools, with dental schools, with major healthcare delivery systems around the region, all coming together in support of fabulous healthcare for folks with intellectual and developmental disabilities, all under the rubric of health equity, because everybody deserves great health care and everybody deserves to enjoy great health status. So that work will continue. We have started the long work of renovating MOST. MOST stands for Meaningful Opportunities for Successful Transitions. This is primarily geared, but not exclusively geared, to younger folks with IDD who are being asked the question, what do you want to be when you grow up? And we want them to think about careers that they would choose, not just jobs, but actual careers. We want them to think about college, university. Believe it or not, opportunities for people with IDD to go to college and to enjoy that experience are growing in the United States. University of Maryland happens to be one of them. There's a program right here in our backyard. And so we're adding all of that into MOST as MOST continues to develop beyond just a simple transition and into a future orientation that answers the questions that people with IDD are asking us. What about me? What happens to my dreams and aspirations, and who can help me get there? In 2023, we developed and have stood up, and man, it's a barn burner, our Fun, Faith, and Experience department. I call it our fun department. And so we're asking folks, what brings you joy? What makes you laugh a lot? What is a rich set of experiences that you want to have And go figure, when you ask the question, people answer. And then we're building a whole raft of resources, things to do, places to go, how we experience our faith. 45% of the folks that Makom supports come from faiths other than Judaism. And so how do they experience their faith traditions? And we're supporting all of that through the lens of self-determination. It's powerful. And there is so much going on here. When you come, and I hope you will, know that there's not likely to be a spot in a parking lot, because there is always something going on around here, and lots of people coming and going. We're building and growing community. The last sort of major highlight for 2023 is we are, and this process started last year, we're asking folks, how do you want to live? And what we're hearing is that folks want to live in walkable communities. They want to live with fewer people. They want to live with the people they choose, not the people that the system chooses or that Makom chooses. They want to live with people they choose. And as we sit down with folks and have that conversation, they're telling us, they're informing us. And so armed with that information and side by side with the people that we support, we're watching people move into much smaller, more individualized supports. And they're teaching us, they're leading us. This sign over my left shoulder is one of our core values. It's self-determination. That stuff has meaning to us. People get to choose how they live. And we get to sit back and be led and taught by the people that we support around the lives they wish to live. So lots and lots of amazing stuff going on in 2023. 2024 is right around the corner. What's going on? We continue to develop our clinical services. We have already started getting formal referrals from healthcare outlets around the region. That we expect to continue to grow. We're becoming paneled with private health insurance companies, and we're a Medicaid provider now, and we're a Medicare provider now. And so those clinical services will continue to develop. They are very likely going to find themselves, our clinical team, in a clinic somewhere. Stay tuned, stand by for that. If you're interested in that, let us know. Where we'll have both ambulatory care, outpatient opportunities for folks with IDD, and can do house calls. Who does house calls anymore? We'll continue our work in developing our healthcare delivery system and forming those partnerships. We anticipate being about 18 months away from standing up our healthcare delivery system designed with and about people with IDD. And so it gets closer with each passing day. Most has grown in 2023. We continue to believe that it will continue to grow. We're working with school districts now so that as kids reach that transition stage in special education, school districts know they've got a trusted partner that they can work with so that we support these kids as they lean into the futures that they are determining. That work will continue. We're also expanding in home supports into Virginia. We've never done that before. Virginia's kind of been knocking on us for a little while saying, hey, come and do more of the services and supports that you deliver. And so we finally said, okay, we've got a leadership infrastructure in place, and we expect to start supporting Virginians with IDD in home supports, also called personal supports, here in the next number of weeks, in fact. And we expect that will grow into the future. So lots going on in 2024. 2024 will also see us renew and refresh and update our strategic plan. That will bring a whole raft of additional opportunities for us, and we're looking forward to it. The last comment I'll make is reserved for our staff. You may know that in this industry, we are experiencing a staffing crisis that is without precedent. And it has crippled organizations bigger and smaller than Makom across the country. We have developed a whole menu of ways to bring the best talent in the industry to Makom and preserve them while they're here, express value in our direct support professionals and other members of staff. To that purpose, we are in a partnership with the National Alliance of Direct Support Professionals, and we now offer a DSP credentialing program here at Makom, where a DSP1 makes more per hour than a not DSP1, and a DSP2 makes more again, and a DSP3. This gives a career trajectory to our DSPs and allows them to make a livable wage. We're proud to be at the top of the wage pyramid in the industry in this region, but we have to do more because all of this rests on the quality and caliber of our staff. So that's a lot. Thank you for sitting through this. We appreciate it so very much. If you're interested in getting involved, in investing in our work, in just participating in the development of the organization, there is a place for you. And I hope you'll pick up the phone, you'll give us a call, send us a note, send us an email, come by and visit, check out the work of Makom, check out the extraordinary people that Makom supports. And thank you so much for your support.